I was here, I was just in the back.
Oh,
Been here since 3:30.
oh, well, he was here and forgot his iPad.
When you bill by the hour, you show up early.
I understand this now.
Stay late.
Funny how that works, isn't it?
I also do that if you're a student.
You only had a third of it now. Of what? Your snowman. Oh. Get to. That dog was helping me push that snowball around.
Oh, Mr. Mayor, oh, look at you.
There's a lot of snowmen around town.
Yeah. What's new Walnut?
Doesn't happen very often where you get the right kind of temperature where it's melting. There's enough snow to actually do it.
Where are you?
I went to South Texas
You know,
to see
Saturday.
Sue.
How they do?
It wasn't bad
They
driving
love
on it.
down there.
In the drive
They'll
no.
never come back.
Now it's worse than it was then because it froze last night.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's,
5 years.
mine's pretty rough now.
Full time.
Yeah.
They were RV.
I get it on the front, I still get it up on the front porch, but that snow will blow. How's Joyce doing? She's doing pretty good.
I'm good. I think I gave my kid the phone number to wrong Clifford one day.
Yeah, he told you. Guys keep it down there.
You made any decisions on
I wonder what came with this.
Decided
Decided.
myself out.
Better, 'cause they-
Then I could.
Now he's got your number for you.
Well, if you
You got his number for you.
somebody, because he can't make it to the. Then I would.
What are you talking about?
There's a special person on this.
She's, no, she's at the six.
I'm trying to move it. Like a special security for downtown.
That's what he did.
I thought this was just building
They
really.
sent him home.
No.
Get his clean
Yeah,
out.
she gets up
Yeah.
and they-
Good need. So here's medication.
Man, they got the crop.
Still going out.
You never know.
Over there.
So light it there.
They better pay for it.
So, well, that's, I'm outside of that.
Joyce School. And it's not
So Jim Belmarie,
one thing.
Has to.
Yeah.
Just small field, so they want to
Yeah.
help us.
We're gonna have
The day after it happened, I emailed Susan, like, hey, we need to get a commission dog hearing ASAP, so she can either get the dogs back. or-
God's hands.
I have an ordinance for
And
you.
she's supposed to-
Um,
Well, that's scheduled tomorrow. I thought, I saw there was a dog thing.
I copied it off.
That's what you guys tell me.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
It's on my desk.
That makes sense.
I mean, they ignore it. I haven't read all of it.
I have.
I only take them
No,
out.
she.
Call the meeting to order. Karen, would you do a roll call, please?
Vanessa Arthur, First Ward. Lucas Stansberry, Second Ward.
Present.
Bill Houston, Third Ward. Darrell Westhoff, Fourth Ward.
Present.
We have a quorum, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. At this time, we'll do the invitation. Thank you, Lord, for the ability to be here and stuff and see that we do things that you would approve in our meeting and stuff. And we thank you and we do this and pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
And pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Could I have a motion for acceptance of the agenda?
Mr. Mayor, a motion that we accept the agenda as presented.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, a motion that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
No one for,
Nothing on public forum. We'll move on to regular business. Item A, approved resolution 2025-01. Yeah.
You're better explaining this than I am.
we do, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
We do this at the beginning of
Every
every
year.
year. It's basically exempting the city from generally accepted accounting principles.
It's, so cities have to operate, council may know, cities have to operate on a cash basis. And so generally accepted accounting practices typically is an accrual basis, which we don't do. I think there may be one or two cities in the state of Kansas that do that. We typically don't. We adopt this every year to stay on a cash basis. And that's how our budget's set. And that's how everything Johanna said and everything you consider is set. So probably need to do it again.
Mr. Mayor, a motion that we approve resolution 2025-01, GAP.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item B, approved resolution 2025-02, banking authority.
This has the name of all the office personnel and the mayor and the president of the council to be able to do baking and do the signage.
Mr. Mayor, a motion that we approve resolution 2025-02, banking authority.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Darrell, did you vote?
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Item C, approved resolution 2025-03, CD authority.
This gives us the ability to buy and sell CDs to hopefully make extra money for the city.
Mr. Mayor, a motion that we approve resolution 2025-03, CD authority.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Darrell?
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item D, discuss transformer at co-op.
Second transformer went out at Producers Co-op and it's $53,000.
So it's the same as the last one, just.
It's not the exact same.
different.
It's a different model.
What'd you do at co-op? That's the only one we can get for that?
Yep.
and I'm looking for a crane and get it set. I can't get it set. I had Strukel Electric come and he said he can't set it because it's too far in there,
He'd have to reach his arm out too far and it wouldn't.
30
Yeah.
some feet,
How heavy is it? 9,900?
about 10,000
About
pounds.
10,000 pounds.
What's that outfit and coffee that does rigging?
I haven't got contacted them, but that's about the only place I've left.
I was gonna say, they've
And
got some
I'm thinking,
really big equipment.
yeah, I don't know how much that means. Over my spending, over Joanne's spending authority, I bet.
I hope not. Will it?
I have phone calls out. I haven't got any returns.
Really? So we've already ordered it, I guess, but we need council motion to approve purchasing it.
Is it, did you put a receipt on here? How much was it?
I actually don't know because it came in the form of an email from, it was 50, do you remember? 53? I have it somewhere.
53,000.
Approximately 53,000.
Will there be tax on top of that?
That's with the
That's with
tax.
the tax, like.
Okay.
And we can't upgrade these to the newer stuff that do that same.
No, with all their stuff on there. So that's coming. after
That's
this.
next step.
Mhm.
Okay. So, can I say 54,000?
Yeah,
Yeah.
up to.
Or 53 and change, however you want to do it.
Mr. Mayor, a motion that we accept approval of the transformer with a spend authority of under $54,000.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item E, discuss end of year.
1 second, should we approve the putting up of that
The
transformer
crane,
for the spend authority so that you guys can?
We don't know what that's gonna be.
yeah, I don't have a clue what it's gonna
Should
be.
be.
Should we pre-approve it in case it's over
If it's
my
over
spend
10.
authority or,
Cause I've got.
cause
they're out of
otherwise
power
co-op's
right
gonna
now.
be out.
So I think he's not gonna have too many options anyway, but I think we need to
I think that's a good
reapprove that
idea.
spend authority.
I agree.
So it can get done before 2 weeks from now. Mr. Mayor, a motion that we pre-approve the spend authority to put up said transformer for the co-op.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item E, discuss end of year.
Last week I prepared, end of year for, as far as financial reporting. Karen gives me the final December 31st revenue and expense report. And then I go through and see where I think we need to make any changes. The most relevant thing with this year or with 2024 was electric actually brought in less than we spent. That's the first time that's happened in a long time. We had a pretty mild year as far as weather. So we didn't have as many collections. Expenses, I think we went 135,000 over on transformers. We went over on poles, on necessary
The
materials.
last two, was that one last year and one this year for transformers?
Those are gonna be this year.
Those are gonna be on this year.
Those are already gonna affect this year's budget.
Okay.
So I know with some of the materials we had been purchasing, the suppliers had been telling us it was COVID related. I think we're just gonna have to, at this point, start budgeting in these big increases for all of our materials because I don't see it alleviating. I don't think Cliff does either. But it was just a bad year for materials prices, needing materials. This year has started off not great. In conjunction with the mild weather. So I did, it should be on your iPads, prepare a couple of spreadsheets. It might just be one. There's two.
Yeah, second.
Yep, okay, yes. So we had a staff meeting this morning with department heads. We were looking at option 3, that is reducing electric department transfers. So that's how I prepared it. I've went over it with every department head besides the police chief so far. She was not available today. But, With option 3, we will reduce electric department losses to $288,508. So that will reduce their fund balance to 1.358 million. And on this one, you can see the percent reduction on the side. For public safety, they brought in 102,000 on the new public safety sales tax. So to be fair to people paying that tax in, I didn't reduce the public safety transfer from the electric department beyond that point, so that the police and fire fund balance will still increase by $102,000, which is equal to their public safety sales tax, because they did not utilize any of that money in 2024, and will probably just for the next budget year, depending on what the chiefs tell me they want to do with that, pull it down out of the fund balance and maybe put it into reserves so they can use it for equipment. The biggest reductions were in electric capital improvement reserve fund and electric equipment reserve fund, with a cut of 25% each. So this, I mean, if we had a few years of this, maybe even 2 years of this, we would request another rate study from KMEA. Or council would have to make the hard decision of making more cuts to electric department transfers to all of these departments. Library, chamber, golf, RCH, public safety.
What about that $30,000 that we transferred to golf because we thought we were gonna leave it open?
We actually didn't transfer it. We were just bringing it down from their fund balance. So there wasn't an additional 30,000 transferred.
So we could transfer to the
Mm-mm.
department.
No. They had enough in their fund balance to,
Utilize that, so it's just
Yes.
going back to their fund balance.
yeah, so the golf will be cut with this end of year. But since it is a change in transfers, I wanted you guys to see it. I don't know. Do you want a motion on that, Karen, to accept our transfer reductions? Since they're
We'll have
transfers to
because
departmental.
our budget was approved for the transfers
We
previous.
usually the only transfer adjustments we make at the end of the year are to the reserve fund. So like if a fund goes over, like for example, if Parks and Cemetery went over, but if they went $10,000 over and we were transferring 25,000 to capital improvement and equipment reserve funds, we would reduce that transfer by 10,000, and we do that without council approval. I mean, we have to for audit to be within our budget authority. However, if we're going to adjust transfers to specific departments, I think that's why we wanted to show this to you and maybe get a motion for you guys to approve it.
So, I mean, looking at this, you have library at 50%.
Library was different because inadvertently, I don't really know how, if you read up at the top, library 2023 transfer was 3 times higher than budgeted, which all ended up in their fund balance. So it's actually not reducing the amount the library will receive. Because in the 2023, when they sent me the 2023 audit, I'm like, you have $135,000 transferred to the library. And he was kind of like, okay, do I have to fix it or can you budget it to be even? And I'm like, I'll just budget it to be even. So, So library, we usually, I think, do 240 or 250. 240 or 250,000 is what we transfer over. It's not all electric department transfers though. It's partly property taxes and like motor vehicle taxes. So yes, so they get that. I mean, when property taxes come in less, they get less, but it's still budgeted for 250. So they're still budgeted for 250 for 2025. With this happening, and I mean that being said, our sales taxes were also down and our property taxes were down. But I know, like, we had the boutique on the square move, and I'm sure that brought in a lot of sales taxes. The Mexican restaurant was closed for a while, and I think it's just economically people weren't spending as much. So these are just the adjustments we made to keep the electric department healthy, especially if council is wanting to increase our internal generation next year, and we're going to be issuing a bond. So I mean, this is what I would recommend doing. And then we'll just monitor it throughout 25.
Where are the asterisks?
Where?
That library.
Oh,
at the
library,
top,
up at the top, yeah.
2023.
Oh, on the numbers?
Yeah.
Because this option 3 matches this. This, not option 1, 2, but 3 matches this.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody.
So if we do what option 3 says, we end up saving what?
Does it look weird on the thing?
It looks just like it does in the iPads.
Sideways.
Yes.
Next time I'll print
So
them.
option 3 matches what this library chamber golf in the next. On the small, on the small sheet.
It matches the adjustments. You won't see it because it's in a formula.
So it matches what's on the little page.
Yeah,
It
so
matches
these,
what's on
the
there.
adjustments of option 3 were made in the expenses of this. But it's in the formula, so you won't, I mean, and I don't think you can click on it on your iPad to see it can you, in the cell to where it'll show you. Mm-mm. I mean, if this is something you guys want to have a workshop over, we can, and I can explain it more in depth if you want. But if you understand it and get what I've already done all the math.
Right.
So the change, one thing I understand on it is the change says mayor 208,000. Is that what we're projecting for next year?
No, the change is the change in the fund balance from 2024 to 25. So in 2024, end of year 2024, or beginning of year 2024 fund balance was 1.6 with revenues and expenses from 2024. So yes, so this 2024 fund balance, you add in the actual revenues and minus the expenses, and you get the 2025 fund balance, and the change is the dollar change from 24 to 25.
So they're negative 208,000.
They went down to 88, yeah. And that's with the changes from option 3 up here. Otherwise, I think it was like 500,000. No, yeah,
Yeah, so you're just stopping the waiting.
yes, trying to.
Would this help if we have like winter storms and stuff this spring or this now? Will this actually help us if we start generating?
Well, it depends. If we generate and the prices on the market are like they were with Winter Storm Uri and we overproduce like we did last time, then yes, it helps. But that happens like once every 15
Yeah,
years.
it's once in a blue
So we
moon.
don't think it's gonna happen this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of unpredictable because utility department, especially electric, is dependent on weather.
Wells only freeze every 15 years.
Yeah,
That
was
is not-
that was an anomaly in the natural gas market,
Yes, it was.
pretty much.
Yes, it was.
Do you guys want some more information on this, or are you okay with what it is?
I'm good with it.
We can just approve the.
Yeah, you can just
budget for this year.
approve the transfers as presented in option 3.
Mr. Mayor, I motion that we approve the transfers presented in option 3 on our iPads for end of year budget.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item F, accept judge's report for December 2024 showing $2,405 collected, $2,197 to the city.
Mr. Mayor, I motion that we accept the judge's report for December 2024 showing $2,405 collected with a total to the city of $2,197.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, on the next item, can you add that Mr. Tyler Jackman, the high school coach, could be on call for that executive session?
Tyler Jackman.
Tyler Jackman. On call.
On call.
On call, please. Thank you.
Item G, executive session for attorney-client privilege to discuss lease of city property.
Mr. Mayor, I motion we go into executive session for attorney-client privilege to discuss lease of city property. Recommend a 10-minute session to include mayor, council, city attorney, city administrator, and on-call Tyler Jackman.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Put in a good word for him, Karen.
I don't get to go, I just watch them walk into the ring.
That's a very important place.
Seems like a winter.
Let me see if I can get that.
I mean, is there a street, $2 street to the county for the road rescue? Allowing that to happen?
The way I understand it, there's the immediate benefit would be
Besides the landowners?
the pilot program, where they
Yeah.
pay dividing taxes, which is standard. So they get,
Oh, so we
wind
still.
energy gets 10-year tax base, tax efficient on their production,
Somewhere we can call.
everything that they do. It's their leasing, their production, their costs, everything, I think it
So it's
is.
a tax abatement
For 10 years.
Yeah.
For EDF, that's correct. And so what they do to sweeten the deal for counties or for members is they do the pilot.
You know, I mean, that's really sad.
And they do, thank you. What they do is they figure out what their
I'm curious to see how surveys work.
All I gotta say is
Yeah.
If they finally come up with their own.
Yeah. They're supposed to talk about that this week.
Watch them.
And
That alone right there, I
they're
mean, that alone right there is,
yeah, they're looking, so.
teach you a little mental toughness.
Another option, I'll be using it in the county all around on that.
Can you drive up to it?
You got a building and another train.
Somebody's got a grant writer, it's a lawyer.
Yeah, the running has not been taken off.
Sorry. He said it had
Well,
to
that's
fine.
why
You know, here, I want your hand to give up
Maybe
everything.
the
Yeah, I don't mind.
That's not a running. So it's.
Kind of a balance there.
Call the meeting back to order. Item H, discuss trap shooting.
Mr. Mayor, I motion that we, take time to consider this further.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, thank you. Item I, executive session for non-elected personnel to discuss employee pay and candidates.
Mr. Mayor, I motion to go into executive session for non-elected personnel to discuss employee pay and candidates. Recommend a 20-minute session to include mayor, council, city attorney, and city administrator.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you.
Well, I was here for Miller's Corner. What the?
Yeah.
I'd be happy to stick with you.
I was under the impression that we were close to.
Yeah.
They're way over. Say, lightning up, or let's say I'm elected. And I'm a taxpayer. What do you think I'm gonna fact check?
Or even if your AI, you're building biases over time. Even if you're
AI
not a person, your
It's,
AI.
AI is not natural generative, so it's coding that
Hmm.
or to process information.
I have the impression that it is.
It is not.
So.
Neural networks.
It's coded right now. It's not. It's not.
So, still human bias.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, by yourself.
Which is why you haven't seen the loops in
I like it.
that work.
Call meeting back to order.
Mr. Mayor, I motion that we give Police Chief Sierra Roberts a 50-cent raise.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, motion to go into executive session for non-elected personnel to discuss employee pay and candidates. Recommend a 10-minute session to include mayor, council, city attorney, and city administrator.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Is it Fluxus about not traveling?
Right.
And then we go
And then
in
I
March,
told her-
we go to, yeah, the end of March, first of April. We go to Spain. But I think we're only gone for a week for that. Because it's not two shifts back to back, it's just one.
I got drivers.
Works it out in the couple shirts.
Inside, yeah.
So we stay on wow, this year it's just the week, and it's early.
Season starts.
But there's no vibration to it.
Right.
You can use our facility. We don't have.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I think we just have to walk some Jeremy out there, or I can go out there and pick him up.
I got mine,
Or whatever,
like garage side. Got mine east and west of
because we don't have to use that.
the one.
Yeah, and there, I was telling Rick,
It's done.
squad them in such a way where
You know, one, because the trucks.
you squad goes to your place.
Yeah, the last one, that'd be something. Trucks is weird. That'd be terrible.
Yep.
Call the meeting back to order.
Mr. Mayor, motion that we, use the pay scale as presented, with option 2 for our police, and want it to be effective March 1st, 2025.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. No further regular business, go on to governing body comments. Daryl?
I just want to say I appreciate everything that's people did, the electric and the public works and everyone else during the little snowstorm we had. And special thanks to Jackie. We missed a street, and on a Saturday I got a call, and within an hour they had somebody down there pushing the snow off the street for her. And I really appreciate that. Thank you. And other than that, that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Lucas?
Mr. Mayor, same thing. I dropped my daughter off at school this morning, and the public works guys are out in the freezing weather working on water and kicking in their boots. I know it had to be cold. That's the stuff that these guys do day in and day out. Appreciate it. And that goes for even the people on the inside that have the desk job, that have to interface with our citizens every day. Also, Mr. Mayor, I know there's a lot of individuals that come to the meetings, thank you, that get involved and want to be part of this process. It is a process that we all have a role to do, and I'm glad to say that, well, I hope that most citizens understand that the council, we take everything that's brought to the council with consideration. We try to make informed decisions, and we also try to, and we also listen where we can, and if we can, because I know that sometimes we could be either hard to get a hold of, or there's other situations that arise. And that, Mr. Mayor, I'm looking forward to a very happy and I guess not a lot of problem 2025. And the last couple weeks has been cold. I know Cliff has. I saw one of the electric guys in town, and I said, "Are you guys ready?" He goes, "Yep, gassed up, chainsaws and everything." So that's the type of attitude that we need. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Okay. Vanessa?
I just want to thank everybody. I think you guys are doing a tremendous job, and this is where it counts. Summer it's important, but it seems like this is the time of year where people notice it more, and it's more important because we're freezing or we don't have water or whatever it may be. But I thank you guys, thank everybody for doing a great job. I'm expecting a great new year. It looks like we have some police coming in, and we got some people coming and getting hired. So hopefully that'll smooth things over. We'll get a transition period and things will go great. I just want to remind everybody that we know the roads aren't great, even though it's not snowing now. And please be patient with us, because I hear it all the time. Look at this road, look at that road. We get it. We have a big project in the works coming ahead with the water, so we can't fix all the things wrong with the roads right now. And that's the biggest thing that I hear these days. So be patient with us. We're in the final stages of getting the money to do these projects. And we're doing what we can right now. So Jackie's been patching things, and they've been putting rocks in things. So please just be patient with us, and we know it's gonna get worse before it gets better. Aside from that, it seems like there's great new things happening. You guys are doing great things at the school, and when you guys brought that, that's the first time that I've heard about trap shooting at the school, and I think that's amazing, because the last thing before that was wrestling, and I think those things, building those up and bringing those to the school is a great project and great for our students to look to the future. I mean, you guys know Derek's doing great things. So, I mean, if people have that start and they find something that they love, it just motivates them to do better things in the future. So with that, thank you everybody for doing a great job.
I just want to echo what the council has said and everything, and wish everybody a successful year this year and stuff. That's all I have, and thank you, everybody.
Mr. Mayor, a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned, thank you.
All right.